Uh, this is not financial advice.
Here's something you wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
Ethereum
Ethereum.
London hard fork.
Yep.
You do some research on that?
Oh, I did a little bit.
You got some
Certain
Ethereum?
token.
You an Ethereum holder, Mr. Carney?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yep.
That's good. I think that's good. That's wise decision.
Yeah, it is. All right. Where are you gonna go with it?
Ethereum's London hard fork. What is it and why?
It's an
Why is it
update.
controversial? Huh?
It's an update.
Yeah, it's an upgrade. Yeah, pretty much. Running decentralized network isn't easy. With no single person in charge, and whole communities end up being involved in implementing the upgrades. This brings us to Ethereum. The blockchain is currently in the throes of a huge transition. It's moving from an energy intensive proof of work algorithm like the one used in Bitcoin to proof of stake. Already heavily delayed, Ethereum's transformation can be best described as completely renovating your house while continuing to live in it. As well as being hugely cumbersome and challenging, there's also a risk that a rogue beam could crash on top of you while you're sitting on the sofa.
Right.
Generally, the ETH community is rather excited about moving to proof of stake, not least because it should enable the network to handle more transactions per second. There's also hopes that the added scalability will tackle the high gas fees on Ethereum, which is like the biggest thing for small guys like us.
Yeah.
But you probably expect the arrival of Ethereum 2.0 without controversy as it arrives come closer and closer. The improvements are being made to the current proof of work blockchain, and some critics aren't impressed with that at all. I know that this, when they first come out with this, there was like a bunch of miners that were gonna go rogue. They were threatening to attack the network, and
Yeah.
basically that's what it does. It takes up 90% of their revenue away from them
Yeah,
because
it does.
I mean they could start staking them like the average person. It just won't be able to mine. They'll have all this mining equipment that'll be actually absolutely irrelevant from that point forward.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them tokens that it's they're gas refund tokens they call them or whatever, and this
Yeah.
gets rid of them. I mean, these
Yeah,
people are
well,
pissed straight off about it. I was reading a couple interviews with other people that are involved with it, and they're mad.
they're mad.
Yeah, they're pissed straight off.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, well, the next major upgrade coming to Ethereum blockchain is the London hard fork. Although it's difficult to pinpoint exactly when it'll be released. It's looking like about August 4th. Now that's
yep,
just on the corner, so this
yep,
is very relevant. Glad you brought it up. Contained
yep,
within the hard fork is 5 Ethereum improvement proposals, otherwise as EIPs for short. Ethereum
yep.
improvement proposals. It's a tongue twister. It's there that we find the devil in the detail and the reasons why non-insubstantial chunk of the community are unhappy. Bitcoin has a fixed supply cap, meaning that there's only 21 million Bitcoin that'll ever exist, ever. By contrast, Ethereum is an inflationary cryptocurrency, which means that there's no upper limit on how many Ethereum can exist. Miners were rewarded with brand new coins every time that they validated a block, which happens roughly every 15 seconds. They're also compensated with transaction fees that are paid by the users. EIP 1559, which included the London hard fork, aims to change this. Once enacted, miners will no longer receive income from transaction fees. Instead, it'll go straight to the network in order to be burned, which could result in the circulating supply of Ether beginning to dwindle over time. So it'll kind of be deflationary,
Inflation.
potentially giving the ETH's value a boost. There are benefits here. One of them is that it should help the transaction fees a little bit more and make them more predictable for those that actually use the Ethereum blockchain for its actual use. There's been widespread exasperation of the congestion that we've seen on our network. By the triple threat of the bull market, the explosion of NFTs, and the thriving DeFi sector, which I think that's going to be huge. I mean, this is going to be huge too, but I think that the NFTs will be spread over more networks. I think 90% of DeFi is going to be run on Ethereum.
Yeah.
But understandably, some miners are annoyed that they're not just annoyed; they're pissed.
Yeah, yeah, they're pissed.
They're pissed.
Yeah.
They're annoyed that they're going to lose crucial revenue especially considering that 2 ETH that they get per block reward these days is substantially less than the 5 that they used to receive a few years back. There are miners who are attempting to adopt a glass half full mentality when it comes to these changes. Users are still going to have the chance to pay tips to increase their chances of transactions that are handled with urgency. Plus, efforts to make the Ether deflationary should ultimately mean that the remaining ETH that the miners receive as a reward will end up being worth more. So everybody expects the price to go up. You know, I heard everything from in the next 5 years up to $20,000 per ETH. You know, short term, I heard even $10,000 this cycle.
That's a lot.
But we will see. It's something that ETH just a little more than a year ago was like $90.
Right? It's what, $2,400 right now?
Right?
Yeah, $2,400. Fucking Bitcoin went from $28,000 to $42,000 this week.
Get that from your 401k, huh? Kind of return.
Yeah, right.
No wonder Charlie Munger's all panties all in a
asshole of the
piss straight off. Oh yeah, I got an asshole of the week here too.
You hold on, I got the same for that dude.
So other big changes in Ethereum. Another notable Ethereum improvement proposal in the London hard fork is known as the EIP 3554. The looming threat for Ethereum miners comes from a form of difficulty time. It's a time bomb that will essentially make ETH ridiculously hard to find, so much so that they won't be a financial incentive. We see this time bomb pushed back to December 2021, theoretically giving miners a little bit longer to get their house in order. So, yeah, big changes from proof of work to proof of stake.
Yeah.
Should make it deflationary. So hold on to your Ethereum as adoption keeps going up and up and up and up. And that's why I get like the past month or two, man, everybody freaking out, selling their Bitcoin. I had to talk a few people off the ledge last week. And it's like 30 grand. And today we're at 40. It's like, Jesus, I just want to slap. Stand the hell back. Quit staring. It's like they're staring at one tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just step back and see the whole forest.
How many times have you said it though? They do it on purpose. They watch all these big timers, push it all in. They're like, oh, they're selling their shit. We gotta sell. Then they turn around and they swoop in and scowl all that up. And
Yeah,
like,
if you want to be a trader, you have to consume yourself with this all the time. Right. And I know 98% of people don't have the time or the fucking fortitude or even
the balls.
Self-discipline to do that.
Yeah.
So just buy it and hold the damn thing.
Right.
You got people out there doing the work for you.